Hey everybody, and welcome to Talk Daily. I hope you have a great day wherever you are in the world. And today we're gonna bring you the 2023 Toyota GR Corolla hot hatch. And yes, it's finally gonna be for sale in the US. We're not getting the Yaris, but we're getting the Corolla, and that's fine by me. It has what you need to know about it. Before I get any further, this article is obviously from Car and Driving and written by Elena Shear, and I'll have a link to this article in the description below. So March 31st, that would be yesterday, Toyota finally revealed, hey, here you go. This is the all-wheel drive Toyota Corolla, and it's amazing. And everybody just went nuts. I mean, it's such a beautiful car. And if you don't know how important this vehicle is, after the end of the Lancer Evolution, in my opinion, this whole scene ended. This whole all-wheel drive hot hatchback rally WRC ended. Yeah, Subaru still was there, but Subaru was making a vehicle that was already expired. They just kept repackaging it. That engine in the Subaru was just old, and Subaru just kind of looked at the STI and says, WRX was great. It really just kept getting modernized. But there was, I don't want to say there was no hype. And there's a very loyal followers for the Subaru, but after the Lancer Evolution and the Subaru STI but the competition kind of stopped. There was nothing else. Toyota made the all-wheel drive vehicles in the Celica, but Toyota, at a certain point, they didn't further dump money into performance because they just looked at, okay, what I get my returns from, and they just focused on making your daily appliance vehicle, which has nothing wrong with it. They're very reliable. But now the new president of Toyota did promise that, okay, we're going to go back to performance. They got the Supra, the FRS, and now here's this Corolla all-wheel drive. And I think this car is the epitome of Japan JDM performance vehicles. Not the NSX, not the Supra, because this is the hardest thing to make, affordable performance. It's very easy for me to make a $200,000 vehicle that does amazing. Yes, that's easy, right? I mean, not easy, but it's okay. It's expensive. Here's the price for the technology. It's hard to make a car that's affordable. This is based on the Corolla. It's not exactly brand new chassis. It's based on the Corolla. It just got like extra welds. It has a 3-cylinder engine that makes 300 horsepower, 100 horsepower per cylinder. That's amazing. It has oil squirters, so the engine, that's basically when you have a turbocharged engine, you add the oil squirter to the piston to give increased longevity, less friction, so it lasts longer. And on top of it, that's straightforward, letting you know, look, it has open differentials. You want the differentials, you pay for the performance package. Well, thank you very much. Good job. Look, that's straightforward. They know exactly who wants this car. I don't know people like me who are like very, performance people. We're going to be like, oh, what kind of diffs do you have? That's the first thing I ask when people tell me I have all-wheel drive. I have an all-wheel drive vehicle. I have my Evo, but I know exactly what's in my Evo. I have a front diff, I have a rear diff, and I changed the front diff, and I changed the rear diff, and etc. And it costs a lot of money because most of the time you get open diffs. But in this car, they just straight up letting you know, look, you want a Torsion limited slip? They'll come part of the performance package, and you'll get it. You get Torsion diff in the front and a Torsion diff in the rear, because if you don't get the performance package, you get both open. You don't want to open differentials on an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's not fun. It's basically like if driving a front-wheel drive car with partially rear assist. It's not good. You basically get one wheel just constantly spinning, the other wheel just standing there looking dumb. Torsion in the front, great. Torsons are amazing. Why did Toyota go with Torsion diff? I can literally do an episode about that. It's basically Torsons are maintenance-free. All you got to do is change the oil, you're good to go. Nothing in life is maintenance-free, okay? But it's so little. That's what I mean by maintenance-free. Just change the oil on it. You're good to go for many years. Many miles, okay? Clutch type is not. Clutch type, because it's friction-based. There's a lot of friction. Friction means wear and tear. Clutch plates do wear out. Like, for example, my Lancer Evolution, Mitsubishi intentionally misaligned the rear clutch plates in the rear diff to make the clutch plate not as chattery or doesn't bite as hard, because Mitsubishi was just being cheap. We had an open diff in the front and the clutch type in the back wasn't done properly. But here's the key. You need a clutch in the back, clutch type diff. This does not have it. So that's the one mark down I have, is that you want it, because you will go on tripod mode. And the moment you go on tripod mode, and if you have that type of diff, that the type of differential will not provide power. A Torsion limited slip is amazing differential, but one thing a Torsion diff does not do, if one wheel is off the ground another wheel on the ground, it will not transfer power to the wheel on the ground. Well, the power will automatically go to the wheel with least resistance and will just spin. And you don't want that. My Evo in the back, it literally has almost like a posi in the rear, like almost like an all-wheel drive, like an off-road differential. Clutch or lock. So one wheel spin, other wheel spin. So when you go on tripod mode, the wheel on the ground will still provide power, still push, and that gives you that drastic like power slide and sliding. So that has to do with the suspension. If you get so that's something going deep into modifying this vehicle and enthusiasts and handling, and this is a subject going on. It's hard to judge it without driving it, but I'm telling you, guarantee, if it's Torsion Diff, a Torsion Diff is not a clutch type, it will not transfer power. If one wheel is off the ground, it doesn't do that. So it's good for the front because, I mean, unless you're like, how are you going to have one wheel flying in the air in the front? At that point, you're out of control, okay? So because the engine's in the front, there's a lot of weight in the front, torsion in the front is not an issue. Torsion in the rear would not be an issue. Again, I'm only saying if you go on tripod mode, if basically two front wheel on the ground and one wheel goes off, and that happens when you do like massive power slide, you know, when you have very stiff suspension. Having said so, that's only one little negative thing I have. Beside that, I would not get this car with the open diffs unless aftermarket support is immediately there and you know what diffs you want. Obviously, you want to get a Torsion in the front and you want to get a clutch shop in the rear, but that's it. Beside that, 300 horsepower, amazing. They're talking about the 3-cylinder using jets of oil to cool the piston. That's nothing new. 4G63 has it. I think the 4B11 has it. A lot of engines have that technology, but it's not a tech. I mean, it's just side squirting oil. You need that when you turbocharge an engine. That's the one when you wonder, when you turbocharge an engine that doesn't have that, and you're like, oh, I'm making that much horsepower. I'm like, yeah, have fun. After 60, 80,000 miles, you're going to have to rebuild an engine because you need that side squirting oil. Not every engine has it. That's the argument we had back in the day with the SR20 and the K24 engine. People would turbocharge the K24 engine. If you don't know what that is, that's the engine that came stock. That's a truck engine that came stock in the Nissan 240SX, and people would turbocharge it. And I'm like, no, the SR20 has oil squirter. You need that for longevity. Anyway, so Toyota figured everything out. Even the differential, they're giving you an option where you can adjust the power. It's automatically set at 60 in the front, 40 in the rear. Again, because I think it's that differential situation. But then you can go as far as 30% power in the front, 70 in the rear, or you can do it at 50-50. I think that's kind of a gimmick that Subaru had. I think that's literally comes from the WRX STI. I guarantee you that's a little thing and you could change it because, you know, they're kind of the same company. They share a lot of technology. That's what I'm assuming they got it from. I don't know yet, but usually what you do with that is you leave it at auto. The Lancer Evolution, we don't have that gimmick. It's sending power in front and rear. We don't do that. The Lancer Evolution, what it has is basically how quickly you want it to bite, which is very critical. How quick you want the center diff to engage. If it engages too fast, you say you're on snow, you're always losing traction. Right? You basically want some delay between the torque being applied. You kind of want to like a slingshot a little bit, and that was what the Lancer Evolution had when you select tarmac, gravel, and snow. That was in the center diff, the active center differential. This doesn't have an active center differential. What it has is simply sending power front and rear. And in my opinion, it's basically that it has to do with how much weight is in the front of the vehicle. Basically, weight distribution of the car and how it feels. I usually leave it at auto or whatever the stock is and just figure out how to drive it. Because the Lancer Evolution is 50-50. 50 goes in the front, 50 goes in the rear. You cannot unsend that. But the way how it applied on the floor, I mean, when you apply the gas, that was what made the Lancer Evolution special. In this case, it's you could change it. So I don't know how well it's gonna do. It sounds to me like a gimmick because it's not like you're driving and goes, oh, I want more power to the rear. It doesn't really work that way. When you're driving an all-wheel drive vehicle, as I mentioned it before, it's basically like driving a front-wheel drive with rear assist. So that's why it's 60% in the front, 40 in the rear, stock. And doing it 30 to the front, 70 in the rear, that will, because you don't have the same angle as you have, let's say this car was a rear-wheel drive. A rear-wheel drive vehicle has more of you can turn the steering wheel and you kind of get like a crazy drift angle. You can't really get it out of an all-wheel drive vehicle. You don't have that much angle. So I think that's why they made it so that you steer with the front tires. You basically steer with the gas. Again, I'm going way above the subject here. Let's go back to the car. The interior, I haven't spoken about the interior yet. By the way, I showed you this is what we call a Takumi. This is like a specialist building that engine. Look at this 3-cylinder. That's so cute. It also benefits from being lighter. 3-cylinder instead of 4. Just look at that. That's a bypass valve, I think, for the turbine. It's nice. Again, look at the alternators here. Thank you, Toyota. See, Toyota want to make things and make it so easy for you to maintain it. I guarantee you the starter is probably somewhere right here, because I see that's the transmission here. So the engine is this way. The transmission is right next to it. Oh man, it's probably even very easy to work on. The plastic covering is just the way it is. Every car has that. Look at the nice. It's just a beautiful car. GR4. It comes in red. You can, I don't know about the colors yet, but it's nice. It looks like a regular Corolla. The only way you can tell the difference is by the exhaust in the rear. I'm so happy. A lot of people are going to have that car, and they're going to enjoy what I've enjoyed in my Lancer Revolution, which is it's raining, you put your foot down, and you take off. And this is performance all-wheel drive. Fat tires in the rear. And it has the name Corolla. Look at it. It looks like a Corolla, but it's not a Corolla. GR4. It's a really, really nice car. This one has the vents. I'm not sure. I think this is the performance package. It comes with that. And the roof is not carbon fiber, but it's plastic composite, so less weight in the front. It's kind of like what the Lancer Evolution did with the 9 when we have the carbon fiber plastic roof. No, we had aluminum. I think it was aluminum. The Amara edition had aluminum, excuse me. You can get carbon fiber if you want. That was not a dealer option. He just aftermarket. Again, I can't fault the car. It's a Corolla. It's very useful. You can drive it every day. You can use it. The brake, that looks like a 1, 2, 3. That looks like, I want to say 6, but I'm pretty sure it's a 4-piston caliper, 5 lug nut wheels. Yes. Look at the vents. The GR badge is beautiful. It's really nice. I can tell that that's the same engine in the other car. Again, a 3-cylinder engine. It's nice. I mean, where is the battery though? I see there's probably the battery's in the back. What? Nice. I'm about to say, where's the battery? That's why they give you see if you have to jump the car. They give you the power right here in case you have to jump it. But again, it's manual, so you just clutch start it. Fantastic. Again, look at it. It's very modern, very neat, very clean. The seats, I wish you get recars. I wish they had more bolster. They don't, but I don't know yet. I'm pretty sure it's good bolstering because you look at the side right here. There's some like good amount of bolstering for your side. Again, I cannot fault it. When you look at Toyotas, they know how to build cars. I really cannot fault it. I cannot fault this vehicle. It kind of reminds me of the Mazda 3 hatch, but it kind of looks like that. But man, it's all-wheel drive. That's amazing. I love the fact it's 4 doors. Is useful. If you have a family, you could use it for that. If you have your friends, you can take them with you. If you want to go surfing, you can put your surfboard in there, doing groceries. Again, the exact same reason why I fell in love with my Evo. It's wonderful. The front of it looks nice. It looks like a Corolla, but it's not really a Corolla. I love that fact. I love it. I love the fact you can kind of go low key in it. That's one thing I wish I had in my Evo. My Evo is not low key. My Evo says, I'm mean and I'm here to have blood. Look at that thing sliding. Gorgeous. Again, you see how that one wheel just spinning constantly? Yeah, we don't want that. What you want to see is smoke from all the wheels. You could tell, right? I told you the front left is only going to work. That's gripping and that's gripping. That's not gripping. That's not gripping. Yeah. This one looks like it has a torsion because both wheels are sliding. Again, I bet you this car handles great. I bet it handles really well. Look, they're doing donuts. By the way, all-wheel drive, when you're doing donuts in it, you're putting a lot of strain on it, just to let you know. You're putting a lot of strain on your drive terrain. It's not like a rear-wheel drive car or a front wheel, even front wheel drive car. Yeah, all-wheel drive is the one that this is causing the most amount of strain on your drive terrain. But man, it's beautiful. It's a nice car. Anyways, let me know what you think. Oh, before I keep going, before I end, they're saying they're hoping he's gonna be below $30,000, which I doubt. I doubt it's gonna be below $30,000. No way, Jose. This thing is gonna be 34 or something, and dealer markup is going to bring it to probably 37, 40. Good luck. But anyway, it's going to be on sale later in 2023. 2, and everybody's going to be eagerly waiting to get hold of it. That touch screen is a 12.3 inch, by the way. It's a big, nice touch screen, so it's nice. Anyways, let me know what you think. I made a video about this price saying that, hey, it's coming out, but now that it is coming out and that's how it looks like, let me know what you think. Are you gonna get one? Do you think it's a great car, or do you think it's just like, it's whatever? I'm telling you right now, it's a fantastic car. So if you don't think it's a great car, you need to kind of recheck your calibration. You need to recalibrate what you think a good car is, because affordable performance is the hardest thing to engineer. And good job for all the engineers, the whole team working on it. Good job to them. And I wish this car many success to many years, and hopefully a lot of people get their hands on it and influence a lot of people to get back into performance and the love of driving, because this car will. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, as always, in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.